Okay, so I just I love running errands. Well, now it gives me the chance to actually, film things that are on my mind. Um, so this is called routines. Routines are important, okay? And a few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't think they were that important. I'm gonna just be honest. I had them, but it wasn't until I didn't have a routine. It was like summer break or whatever. As a teacher, you know what I mean. So I didn't have a routine, and so I had all these things planned that I wanted to do, but I did not. I It was like connect the dots, but I was missing the dot that said you need a routine in order for that to happen. And I think a lot of people don't have the routine that will bring them towards their success. Okay. So whether it's having a location to do certain things or time frame or anything like that, um, we are working with our students, and they're 7 and 8, about having goals for themselves, learning goals. They're still learning. They still like say, certain things like be good. I was like, okay, what does that mean though? Be good. What does that look like? Um, and sometimes there are adults that also struggle with pinpointing what they think success looks like, right? Or whatever it is their goal looks like to them if it's successful. Um, Too many times people talk about what they don't want, and we see this come out in the classroom also a lot. So one child today, she wrote, because we're talking about reading and we're on a new unit, and I talked about the strategy of fluency, that just sounding more smoothly, sounding like you're having a conversation with somebody and not talking like a robot. So this is important because on her goal this week, she says, do not sound like a robot. And we've been trying to coach kids on not writing goals like that because you want to focus on what it looks like to be successful versus what not to do. Because then you're like, well, then what does it look like? Right? What is the opposite of sounding like a robot? Speaking smoothly. And that is a manifestation tip. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. They'll say things like, oh, I want more money because I don't have any money. Okay, so what does that look like? I'm not broke. Okay, so what is the opposite? You know what I mean? Or I want to get skinny. I want to lose weight. Okay, so what does that look like in your day-to-day life if you are, whatever, not fat? Okay, so wait, what does that really look like though? What are you doing? What is your life like if you weren't overweight, So that's the always the big struggle when it comes to accomplishing things. And I see a lot of people on my stream now. So I'm driving to my house right now. It's not quite the golden hour. It's here in Atlanta. Get over these potholes here. But a lot of times people, they talk more about what they don't want, and they talk about the state that they're in at that moment, but they don't really focus on what it looks like to be successful. And I keep saying looks like because visioning is a thing. Okay? If you can picture it, then it happens. And there's the kind of things when I was younger, I would cut these things out of magazines and put them on my walls. Like, if you can dream it, you can do it. If you see it, then it can happen. Those kind of things. I don't know. I've always been like on that tip, kind of thing. Hello out there. Okay, this looks interesting. All right, there's always something interesting going on in my town. All right, this looks like a rickshaw. That guy's on the thing. That kind of is cute. Whatever. Rickshaw looking thing. And he's on the cell phone. I'm on my cell phone. All right. But yeah, so in order to accomplish something, like I said, that particular summer, I didn't get anything that I wanted done because I did not sit down and make the plan for the routine, for the habits, right? And then it turns into, oh, you're punishing yourself because you didn't get your whatever done. And then it turns into like this big, like, mental, emotional, spiritual thing. um a lot of people, when when you press them, when it comes right down to what it is they want, it's hard to really actualize or think about what it does look like to be, or have that goal to be successful. Because deep down, I'm gonna tell you a secret, deep down, most of the time, people don't believe that it can actually happen. Now that's, as they say, facts. Okay? Hello out there. So that's the real truth of the matter. Deep down, when you press a person about like what it is they want, they gotta want it badly enough. And I did say that to my mom one day. Like, she said, "Oh, so she's got this insane sweet tooth, and her doctor is saying pre-diabetic and all this and that or whatever." One day I just told her, I was like, "Listen, it's like your belly aching and you're telling me," well, I didn't say it that harshly, but I just told her, I said, "Look, you gotta want it badly enough. You can complain about how hard it is, or you can do something about it. Other than that, you just keep eating sugar." Sometimes you just gotta tell them straight out. It's like, how badly do you want it? Right? How badly do you want it that you will confront, like, do that, confront yourself and really work on what you need to work on. Sometimes it's the head game. Most times it's the head game. It's not like people don't know the steps. I mean, if you're sitting on YouTube, that's an infinite library of things of to do, right? It's the getting out of your own way, telling yourself that you do deserve to have this just because you want it, not because you earned it, not because you're a good person. It's because you wanted it. The world, the universe is abundant. And I know people use that, phrasing really flippantly, but it's true in that the only thing holding you back is you. Yes, there are obstacles, but they're not in your way right then and there. You're holding yourself back with the thought. With the thought. Okay? That's how powerful our thoughts are when it comes to those kind of things. And sometimes I need that reminder for myself too. So when you procrastinate, when you self sabotage, when you blame other people, you're looking like, well, they're the reason why I can't do it. It's like, no, it's not. It's you. It's you. Okay? And until you get out of your own way, you can't be successful. You got to build those routines. Okay? One of the first steps when people are working with me is I give them their life audit to fill out. And it's not something that you just run through really quickly. You really do have to sit and think about it. And I know I haven't done a video explicitly on the life audit yet, so I might be doing one hopefully soon, going through it, you know, and what it looks like. So maybe that will, like, it can be intimidating because there's so many things in that life audit um that people just don't think about. Like, how does your, like, what is your home reflective of? What is your money reflective of? What is your relationships? What is your religion? What is your mental state? All of these things that we go through that makes you who you are, living in the world that we live in. A lot of people don't think that deeply. Like, they're running on paradigms, and a paradigm just means a set of beliefs somebody else came up for you and you're just following along. Okay? It's hard to break free. I understand. Okay? When there are paradigms out there and you just jump into that and everybody tells you that's what you're supposed to do. But when you're ready to make changes, sometimes you got to break out of those systems. You got to break out of those paradigms. You've got to get, um, you got to be a brand new person with maybe brand new skills to build, maybe confront what is your obstacles in life. And that is the inner work that, again, a lot of people avoid. And they think things like, oh, I just want money. I just want a lot of money. It's like, why? So that why is the thing that stops so many people, right? What really you want is security. It's not necessarily money. There are plenty of people with money who are incarcerated, who are laying up in a sick bed, right? They might have money. Like, you really got to be, more specific when it comes to those things. All right, sorry y'all. So my nose is running. It's the allergies. Okay. All right, so let me get my tissue out. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and end this because I got things to do. And that's what I was telling my brother. I was dropping off some things, and I was going to be back over there. Like, people, and I'm not saying he's not successful. It just made me think that people who get things done have a plan and they have a routine. And that's really what I was coming on here with. People who are successful at what they do, they have a plan, they have a routine, and then they activate. They just do it. They don't sit there and ruminate about, well, what if they say this? Or what if I don't do it? It's like, they just do it. And they keep doing it until it happens. That's how, it's really kind of boring, quite honestly. But that first few steps of getting over yourself, that is the hard part for a lot of folks. Okay? But if you're interested in taking my life audit, it is free download. Just like and subscribe to my channel. It is in the description there. There's actually a couple of things in there. So the life audit's there, the wellness guide, because how are you gonna get things done if you're sick all the time? Right? So there is a link between all of these things. So the things I do is not just for not doing them. Like, I really thought about this growing up. It's like, in order for me to be successful, I have to have a strong body. I have to be fit. I have to be able to, like, do what I need to do when the opportunity comes. You always stay ready. Like I told my bandmate the other day, you always stay ready. Okay? Always stay ready for those opportunities, and then when the opportunity shows up, there you go, you're ready. Instead of, that's a form of self-sabotage, by the way. So when a person, like, is waiting for the opportunity, it's never going to happen. You always stay ready. Okay? With that, let me go and do something about this. Sorry, y'all. I know, it's so gross, but it's reality. Okay? And with that, I say, take care. All right. Bye.